Alright, welcome back. New episode of the IRONCAST. I'm Issa, this is
Alfie,
and this is
Tom.
Tom. Yeah, there we
I
go.
thought you were going to say that.
And yeah, here we go, another week, another podcast. Told you we're going to be consistent. We'll see how it goes if we continue, but yeah, should we crack on?
it's Valentines tomorrow.
It is. Currently it's Saturday the 13th of Feb. Couples getting ready for Valentine's Day.
Dropping
Why
this
not?
on V-Day.
Yeah, exactly.
This would be the...
So if you're alone, then you're not alone anymore, you have us.
And if you're with someone, send them this as their gift. Don't buy them anything. This is all
Yeah.
they need. Wisdom.
So yesterday, basically, we put on our stories asking for your lots like catfish and like bad ex stories.
Basically, we wanted to just ruin Valentine's Day and talk about bad stories instead of good ones.
We'll hope you get a laugh out of it.
Yeah,
we
fingers crossed.
did.
We definitely will.
So
Who
yeah,
wants
right.
to go first?
I've only got a few, so I'll start.
Issa can go first.
Because I know you lot have some more decorated responses. All right, so we got one here. I was once catfished by a middle-aged Swedish man from Mark, 29.
Mark.
Well, Mark,
Disappointing.
age 29. I'm sorry that happened to you.
I wonder how old Mark was when he was catfished by middle-aged...
Do you think he was saying he was 29 at the time, or is he 29 now?
Do you know what? One can only get hope.
Yeah, I
sort
know.
of guess.
Big
Mark
questions,
can
and he
provide
got
us
an
with a full
answer
story.
today. It's a big question.
Yeah.
Mark, if you're watching this one, pop it in the comments.
I mean, based off this, I don't know, just be cautious of Swedish girls.
He must be our oldest listener, Mark, I reckon.
Actually, I was checking the listeners, like the ages on Anchor, and apparently we have like some listeners like age 60 plus.
Really?
Yeah.
Granddads,
Yeah,
grandma,
Could
whoever.
well be.
Whoever's watching,
Don't go
age.
changing.
Carry
Yeah.
on watching.
Well, anyway,
Put
Mark,
back here.
let's advise Mark.
What have you got to say to Mark? What
I'll
bit of
tell you
advice?
what I would
Yeah,
say
that's
is if you're talking to somebody, yeah, you should always make sure they're real.
Well, I presume he did verify. That's how he found out.
Yeah, but
Maybe just too little, too late.
we were watching Catfish yesterday where we got the idea for this, and people spend years talking to someone and they never video call or phone call even. Like,
6 years. There was one person who was like being led on for 6 years.
Oh,
without
you
seeing
deserve
the
to be
phone.
catfished,
I know.
I think,
Yeah,
at
you
that
do.
point. You're an
6 years
idiot.
is that's just stupid.
I don't know. I would go 6 days. Well, 6 days maybe a little bit harsh, but 6 days without verifying someone. Do you know what I mean? I would say that's about right.
You'd have your suspicions.
maybe
like,
even.
Yeah,
short-
if it was somebody you didn't know and they just sort
Yeah.
of appeared out of the blue, I would say
In
so
fact-
in the first few days.
Yeah, for sure.
In fact, but sometimes you can tell straight away. You don't need to verify. You know straight away.
It's like just like a
Exactly.
picture of the face or like a picture of them with a spoon on the head or something.
So I wonder if Mark
Yeah.
really
That's
knew.
my rigorous, verification process.
Maybe Mark can let us know whether he used that spoon.
I mean, yeah,
Technique.
we can reply to Mark. I don't know if he's going to get back to us.
Mark, please
if you're out there, Mark,
tell us more. What
I've
else
gone.
do we say to Mark? Hope you're all right, Mark.
Yeah.
Hope
Hope
you
you-
found a girlfriend that's real
Hope
now.
you found a nice Swedish girl. That,
He's 29. I would hope so. He's probably getting to the point where he wants to start thinking about getting married. You know,
Settle
that's
down.
what he- Yeah, exactly. So hopefully he's found a real girl now. Mark, let us know if you found a real
Yeah.
girl.
Well, do you know what?
Alright.
If you're not, don't worry about it. Keep
Let-
doing your thing.
let's
Make
hope
a
we can get Mark
podcast. Do what
to,
you want, mate.
Messaging every day.
Don't go
every
changing,
week.
you know.
Let's get Mark as a guest, I reckon. We'll reach out to him, yeah.
All right, swiftly moving on. Not a story, but I like cats. Thanks, dear. Yeah.
What have you got to say to that, Tom?
I don't know.
Cats are,
They're alright,
great. Cats are great.
I don't know. There's animals I prefer to cats.
Dogs over cats every day.
But at the end of the day,
Cats
you
are
know,
pretty cool.
I don't want to see the end of cats. So
I'm glad you don't want to see cats terminated.
Yeah.
That's better.
I'm somewhere in the middle.
Kill half of them.
Shout out Thea.
Shout out Chris. Great guy. Thea's a great girl as well. Match made in
Heaven. All right.
Happy Valentine's, guys.
The next one. This is from Remnant again, and if you're an avid listener, then you know Remnant sends in some questionable responses to our polls. I once saw a catfish in Turkey. It went meow, bubbles, bubbles.
It's amazing that he is celebrating Valentine's Day with someone tomorrow, isn't it?
I actually sometimes feel sorry for Izzy. It's almost like, she's doing it for charity, but rather than...
You gotta say well done to her. She doesn't
Yeah,
get paid enough for that.
respect.
She should get a carer's allowance for that.
He is a special young boy, isn't he?
Yeah,
Shout out,
no
Ren.
comment.
Hope
No
you
comment.
Shout out Rem.
I hope that catfish didn't.
I hope he listens to this episode.
Yeah.
Like last time.
Yeah.
Dickhead.
He only listened to it like 2 days ago. I mean, that's all my responses. My Yeah. What have you guys got?
What for Rem? Oh no. Do you want to go? Or do you want me to?
I'm happy to go. Yeah.
Because I know you.
So I've got
some better ones.
I've got sort of, well, I've had 2 responses, but they're both very good stories. In fact, one of them's entailed 3 different parts, just to make it even more interesting. Actually, do you know what? We'll go with that one last. But this one was not for someone that got catfished themselves, but for someone that catfished their friend. Before we get into the story, what's your thoughts about that?
For like a joke?
Catfishing a friend. Yeah. As in, he didn't take it so sinister as he thought they were going to meet up, you know. It was only they were talking for a day and he said, oh, it was me all along.
I guess it's quite funny.
That's what Rem did to me.
Did you find it funny?
Yeah. Yeah, like when he called me and I
Yeah.
picked up thinking it was this girl and it was
You
just
saw
Rem's face. I laughed.
Yeah.
I was like, I knew it was too good to be true.
Yeah. I mean, that sort of thing you got, but if you've been led on for a long time, then you've got to think, you know.
I mean, yeah,
not
like
fair.
you're a horrible person if you do it. At least like the friend said it after like a day. I mean, they didn't like lead him on for ages.
So anyway, I'll get into the story. So this person, I'll leave them anonymous because they didn't specify they wanted to be named, so I'll leave them anonymous for the moment. But their friend was on a dating app, and it was an under-18s dating app. He was 16 at the time, so he made up a fake account as a bit of a joke because he knew that his friend was on it, and he sent me some of the screenshots from some of the conversations they had.
Oh, God.
And this friend, he had 16 years old. This was the person is based in the Hampshire area. We'll say the Hampshire area.
Are you gonna give him like a pseudonym?
A what?
A pseudonym?
Like a fake name.
That's the names are just So
I don't even know the real name for this person.
Oh, okay.
Let's call him Derek.
So
Yeah, right?
Derek was messaging what he thought was to be a nice young 16-year-old lady, like he was. Okay, nothing illegal going on. And after just a day of talking, this person who pretended to be the girl managed to convince him he wanted to go all the way to Wales to go meet up with her.
Bloody hell.
After a day of talking.
That's
And there
He
was
was down bad.
talking about
Down tremendously.
how he wants to get dirty there in Wales. You know, as you probably would
Are
in
there any
Wales. I would
explicit
assume.
messages, like anything entailing what he meant by getting dirty?
Luckily not. It didn't get that bad. But he did also tell her that he would give up smoking just for her.
Wow, that's
How generous.
commitment. After a day?
After a day of talking. So
Bloody hell.
my thought is, if you're willing to give up smoking after a day of talking to someone, just don't smoke in the first place.
There's clearly not a lot
Didn't
stopping
take
you from
very much,
smoking.
yeah.
is there?
Surely your own health should be more of a priority than some randomer you've met on an app. Surely.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyway, I quite enjoyed reading some of the messages. They're not as dirty as perhaps you could think, but even so, after a day of talking, to get your friend to think they're going to want to go to Wales to meet up with you, you obviously done something right. The next one is of 3 parts. A friend of mine.
Buckle in, this one's going to be a riveting one, I
Boys
think.
and girls.
I mean, there's a lot of messages here, but
God.
this friend of mine was catfish. I'm not going to say his or her, name, but for the sake of it, we'll call him Ben. He's not Ben, okay.
It's not a Ben. It's not the Ben.
But so the first one, it's catfished 3 times, by the way, all in the space for a couple of years. 2 of which happened at university as
When
well.
will you learn?
So the first one, he met a girl on a dating app online, speaking her 2 or 3 days. Thought it was going quite well, she asked him for sort of pictures, and he wasn't too sure at first. It's a bit sketchy. A couple of days. Do you want to send pictures? She said, "Well, look, if you do, I would." He was like, "All right, fair enough." So anyway, he sent a picture. Not sorry, just a normal picture, by the way, not a dirty picture. I should specify. And she sent he sent a strange one which had a filter on it. It looked a bit strange. He started realising some discrepancies, but he decided, I don't know, for one reason or another, decided to keep talking to her, and eventually did send her a dick pic. And as soon as he did that, it got screenshotted and blocked straight away.
Uh-oh.
That's bad vibes. Man.
Unfortunately, lessons were not learnt from Ben. And the second time, he was at uni. He was talking to a girl for 2 weeks. They're planning to meet. He got a bit suspicious. He thought that things didn't seem quite right. And he asked, "Are you who you say you are?" And they didn't take it too well. They had an argument and got blocked. But one of the things he said, he tried to follow her on Instagram account, obviously talking to her on a dating app, but he wouldn't get his account wouldn't get accepted by her. He thought it was a bit strange, What as you would probably.
Yeah.
yeah.
You think it's very strange. You're
That's
meeting up
bad.
someone for a date, they wouldn't accept your Instagram request. Either you're a catfish or you're cheating. You know, I think it's either, you can safely say it's either one of the two.
Yeah,
Or you're hiding something that you really.
Or you're
don't
hiding
want
something,
to
yeah.
see.
But yeah, there's a lot of discrepancies, not just the Instagram, lots of discrepancies. And anyway, again, poor Ben got blocked.
Oh, poor Ben.
Yeah.
Poor Ben.
And then third time, again, I think it's even more recent. So Ben matched with a girl on Tinder and was talking to a day or so, and they said, message me on Instagram. So he thought, oh, fair enough, got in here. And he messaged them on Instagram, and they had no idea who he was. This person said they never messaged him before. And insisted the account was fake. They'd never spoken before.
Oh.
Which is strange for a number of reasons. Because if you're a catfish, why would you want to take that conversation? Unless you just want to embarrass Ben, you know, or I don't know. What's the end game?
You just know what, I'm done with this. Like, there you go.
Maybe they got
calm
bored
off.
of catfishing him straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he thought, you're a bit dull. You know, just going to harass some other person instead. But surely, you know what's going to happen. So there must have been that sort of element of embarrassment. You're never going to see the embarrassment in fruition, though, are you?
No.
So it's a bit of a waste of time.
It begs the question, though, why catfish in the first place?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
a lot of
just
these do
for
come back to
attention.
that
Yeah.
question. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Attention.
Tension, you know.
Ugly people.
Yeah.
Doing it to feel less ugly.
I mean, I'm sure there's like enough.
Have you ever catfished someone?
I've
Yeah.
never catfished
I don't
someone
know
myself.
catfish anyone.
Not that I remember, anyway.
Easy, you have.
What do you mean I have?
You made an account for a certain middle-aged person.
Oh, yeah, that's my. Yeah.
We're not going to get any more details on that, but
Okay.
Issa
Maybe
is...
that we'll mention that in
Issa's
another
a
episode.
catfish.
I didn't really catfish anyone.
Issa's a catfish.
Not really, but I did, but I
The,
didn't.
the thing that strikes me is, although we were using Ben as a placeholder name there, and it wasn't Ben that everyone knows and loves, I could certainly imagine Ben being in the exact same sort of situation
Yeah, no,
as,
I
as
could
that,
I could, yeah.
that person.
He's just
Yeah.
an unlucky fella, isn't he?
Who, Ben?
I
Yeah.
don't know, he's settled down now.
No, I mean, yeah, he's doing absolutely brilliantly now, but I mean, like, I don't know, it just seems in his past he's had a few.
He's the kind of guy that could be down bad, but at the minute he's
He's just down
Up
up.
high.
He's.
He's obviously learned. You know?
what a guy.
Shout out, Ben.
Shout out Ben
Shout
Green.
out
We
Ben.
need him back on here one day
Yeah.
when
Well, yeah.
when it's safe to mix
Yeah.
again. Shall I bring up mine?
Yeah.
Go on.
Sure.
Got some food for the fire here, ladies and gents. So, of course, we asked you guys to send in your catfish stories and your ex stories as well. And then we've got one here from Chris, Thea's boyfriend. And it goes like this. So he says, I think I win the bad ex story. He says, I broke up with my ex before I went travelling, and while I was gone, my ex kept rocking up at my house with a bottle of wine asking my mum to have drinks with her so she could talk about me. She would come on the last bus so she had no way of getting home, and my mum, being as nice as she is, always offered to take her home, even though she didn't want to. Mum was super weirded out, but is too nice to say anything and didn't even tell me it was happening. Then one night when my mum was taking her home, she said to my mum, I'm super happy for Chris. And my mum was like, what do you mean? And she said that he finally came out. And mum was like, what the hell do you mean? And she was like, you do realise Chris is gay? And said, I went to New Zealand with my mate Joey because we were in love.
Well.
There's a lot to digest there, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a lot to know.
To be fair, I think that is a pretty good ex story.
I think that would take some beating. I think...
The thing is that I don't understand why, even no matter what happened in the relationship and why he broke up and stuff, why go to the effort of going and seeing, you know, his mum multiple times from the sounds of it.
Surely your people you'd rather see her than his mum. I'm sure Chris Mum's a lovely
You've got to have
woman,
better things
but
to do,
surely,
yeah.
you know, you've got more in common with someone you're
Age,
closest to your
yeah.
age.
And
your
it's
parents.
obviously like a thought out plan. Oh, I'm going to do this however many times, and then I'm going to say that he's gay to his mum.
Yeah, there's
But
got to be some
what's
story.
even the sort of end goal there?
I mean, like he's like, even if he's gay, right? Okay.
yeah, exactly. And then she could just ask, and he can say no, and then he's not gay.
But the end result would just be her looking stupid.
Yeah, I mean, it's
No
just
matter which way it
embarrassment for
goes.
her.
No matter how long it takes, that end result will come out. That will be the conclusion,
It
no
is
matter
what
which
a
way you
silly
paint it
girl.
out.
What a
Right,
silly
well,
girl.
this goes
I
out
just-
to Chris's ex right now. Chris's ex, if you're watching, you're a fool. That's all I've got to say.
I just can't imagine just going to your ex's house, just thinking, do you know what? I love a glass of wine with his mum multiple times. I couldn't. I mean, with the exception of maybe Jason and Colin
To be
Birch,
fair,
there's no one parent I'll probably go and do that
To
with.
be
you
fair,
know.
though, even if
actually,
you were in a
Sam
relationship
Ishak.
with
Sorry, I'll
somebody-
take that back.
Even if you were in a relationship with somebody, though, right? Like, say you're in a relationship. Say
Mhm.
you lived where Silver lives and Silver was away for a month or something, you probably wouldn't just go to Silver's house and just drink with her mum every day. And that's when you're together. You probably wouldn't every day think, that's what I'm going to do today.
Maybe like one time, like, oh...
Yeah, like once or twice, but not
yeah.
persistently all the time. And that's when you're together, let alone when you're broken up. It's an interesting course of action, I would say, for Chris's ex-girlfriend. But Chris is doing fantastic.
He's on to bigger and better things.
And if I had to guess from the sound of this, she's probably not.
No.
And I kind of hope so.
Down bad.
Down horrendous. Let's move swiftly.
That's an unbelievable story.
That really is. Yeah.
That's definitely going to take the cake for the ex story. There's no way.
I don't think there's much that can beat that.
No way.
If you can beat it though, let us know. We want to hear.
My cousin says that her ex got shat on. And I think I told you this story last night, but I'll say it again just for the podcast, for the listeners.
Oh God, no, yeah.
So my cousin's ex was... Oh God, this is going to get rather graphic, by the way. Trigger warning. Shit.
We'll probably not safe for work in the title.
So my cousin's ex was sort of bought... From what I remember, he brought a girl back to his house because he lives where they go to uni or something like that. And, they were getting down to business. And if I remember correctly, he obviously it was dark, the lights weren't on. And if I remember correctly, he entered the wrong hole on mistake. And then they just sort of carried on like normal. And they noticed there was a lot of natural lubricant, let's say. And they just assumed she had started a period. So they carried on going, whatever, finished up. And then when they turned the lights on, they realised that she had shit herself in his bed. All over him, all over her, all over the bed sheets. And then he had to explain to his parents how he had shit all over his covers because this girl had shat on him. What I don't understand is, how could you not smell that?
They're coronavirus.
Sometimes, the only possibility is that the smell got trapped under the covers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Or masked by, I don't know, like other bodily scents.
Just imagine turning a light on you, you've just got shit all over you.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? That is a horrendous story.
That really is horrific.
It's poor guy.
We apologise for putting that into your minds.
Poor guy. Yeah, sorry. We just...
It's interesting. It's just,
She, to my knowledge, had a problem with her bowels. So maybe, ladies and gents...
That's unfortunate.
Get your bowels checked. And then if you've got problems, don't have sex.
Yeah.
Get your bowels checked. Don't have sex.
Or maybe just take precautions. We like to...
Maybe that.
A butt plug.
Well...
Sure, whatever you fancy, I guess.
Whatever tickles your pickle, eh?
Just maybe watch what your trigger foods are. That's what I would say.
Don't have a curry.
Don't have a curry. Dangerous game.
Okay, we've got another one here from Charlie
Let's move on from
Remnant.
bodily fluids.
And he's got a riveting catfish story here. He says he once bought a cat on eBay, and when it arrived, it was a fish. Got to pull one out for Charlie there. You've got to feel really sorry for him. I can't believe someone would do something like that to him.
Yeah, but to be fair, you can see they're both useless animals, aren't they? Let's be honest. All you do is you can't take them for a walk.
I mean, people take cats or what?
Yeah,
weirdos. Yeah, people. A bit of sorry theory if you're listening. I can imagine you doing that, but those people are often a little bit doolally.
Theatre is a little bit doolally.
Yeah,
Charlie is also a little bit doolally. The cat owner's he's more doolally than not doolally, to be fair.
Now, correlation doesn't mean causation, as we obviously know, but
Yeah,
there's
oh,
definitely I sense plotting something between doolaliness and cat ownership.
Maybe Charlie ordered a fish and then got Ron.
That's how Ron came. They wanted a goldfish, but they just got a ginger cat. Oh, that's brilliant. That's the story we're going with. Brilliant stuff. And now this one comes in from Charlie's girlfriend, actually. And she says that I need to talk about the time that Charlie catfished me, which I mentioned earlier. And I'll just run you through the nitty gritty. Basically, there was one fateful evening where she added me on Snapchat. I think just this random girl, Natalie. She was called Natalie Lee, and she had a really low Snapchat score anyway. So I thought something's amiss here. Do you know what I mean? No one's got no sort of emoji person and a really low Snapchat score. And started just messaging me, sort of saying all this stuff. Now the pitfall here was that Charlie managed to find an Instagram account of a girl with the exact same name, and she was quite attractive. So he sent me this Instagram, and she happened to not be on private, so I could see all her pictures, and I thought, well, she's quite a good-looking girl. You know, so I just sort of talked to Natalie, who ended up later being Charlie, for probably like an hour or something. No, I never said anything bad or anything like that, because you know I was expecting the worst. And then just randomly, I get a call from Natalie Lee on Snapchat, and I think, oh, all right, I'll pick this one up. And I pick the phone up, and it's just Charlie Remnant's smiling little face on my phone.
What a nice sight, eh?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the story of when Charlie catfished me, and I'll never forgive him to this day, because she was a worldie, the girl on Instagram. So if she'd been real, it would have been...
Well, she was real, wasn't she?
Well, no,
She was real,
She
but, I
wasn't
mean-
messaging me.
Yeah, but you could have just claimed that she was.
I did DM her.
Oh, did you?
Because when I
Oh,
thought
yeah.
when I was like, oh, maybe she's real, I DM'd her. I was just like, hi. And then I said to her on Snapchat, reply to the Instagram message, so I know it's you. Obviously never replied. But I later found out it was a catfish, but this girl did just never reply to me ever anyway.
Run message her again now and just
Like a follow-up, you know?
Should I?
It's like I'm
Straight.
strange when they come back like 6 months later and see how they're doing.
Should I see if she's on my thing still? Natalie Portman comes up. Oh, I found her. I said,
Is she followed by anyone you know?
no, we both follow Kylie Jenner.
Okay.
I said, hey, Queen, on the 1st of April last year, so I'm now going to say, I said, hey, reply,
Please?
please.
You gotta know. Can't be as blunt as that.
Well, she's left me waiting nearly a year.
We'll just say, I think we got from the wrong foot.
Let's start again,
How's your
Charlie.
life treated you?
I've left it. I said, hey, reply, please.
Fair enough.
I can't be bothered to go back on there. I've got another story here now. Comes in from Alex Beloso's younger brother. Word up to Alex. Eduard. Word up, Eddie. My mate in year 7 made out with a trans person and only found out at the last stage, which I assume is when the clothes come off and stuff. Now, what I want to ask you guys is, what would you do if you were in the situation where let's just say we were out at a club and you got with a girl or something, well, what you thought to be a girl or boy, whatever your preference is, and you get home, you get about to get to business, and then you find out it's the opposite sex to what you originally thought. What do you do in that situation? Do you just think, fuck it, let's just go?
Depends how desperate you are. I don't know. It's a difficult one because everyone's got different boundaries, I suppose. Different sort of things they're willing to try. I don't
suppose
know.
it depends how drunk you are as well, probably.
Potentially. I don't know. It's a difficult one. I don't think it's one you can ever sort of
Know the answer
know
to
the
that.
answer to
The
that
situation, yeah.
because I suppose your chemistry
This
with
was
each
in
person
year
is-
7,
What?
though, I just
Well.
realised. They were 11.
But we don't condone that in that case for any
How were you
sexuality.
11 though?
or,
Can you even know you... Well, actually, no, I'm not going to get... That's a topic I don't want to get
Yeah,
into.
let's move on.
Let's
Let's
leave
move
that.
on.
Final one I've got today, guys, just comes in from my ex-girlfriend who said you in response to being, a terrible ex story. And I'm going to leave her nameless because I don't know if she wants me to say her name, but
She's not going to listen anyway, so you might.
she actually probably
She
might.
might. She could.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not very nice, that, is it?
Listen, it's all right. I don't mind. I wasn't a very good boyfriend, to be fair. It was many years ago though, so I would say maybe move on, but I'm very sorry. I did a
Just
lot
a
of
word
things
of
wrong.
advice.
I'm a different man now. I'm a changed man, but I hope you're doing well. Sorry for being quite shit, but it'll be all right. And that comes to the end of our Catfish and X stories, I think.
I wish we had more, I quite enjoyed talking through them.
What else should we talk about for Valentine's Day?
I don't know. I suppose it's a different sort of Valentine's Day, as a lot of things are.
Oh,
this
no, it
year
is,
with,
yeah.
But perhaps you could argue it's a lot more challenging for people that perhaps are single, perhaps don't live, and especially don't live with their. Either one of those two things, I suppose, being isolated away from someone you care about, or not having someone you care about at all, and not having the.
We're probably all right because we all live together. Do you know what I mean? But like, if you were someone that lives on their own and doesn't,
And you're single, especially on a day like that, yeah, you got to. People that live in a single household.
I mean, Valentine's Day is it's nice, but I mean, people don't need it. People can be like yourself.
No, that is very true.
it is a
lot
bit
of people
of a
are.
pointless day, isn't it?
Oh,
and I'm not just saying that because I'm single. It is entirely pointless.
It is.
What are the origins? Do we know?
Richard Valentine.
Hmm.
Well,
No, there's a fella called Valentine. I'm pretty sure his name's Richard.
Okay.
I don't think it was Richard, was it?
I'm pretty sure it was. He was a Duke, I think.
I don't know.
Well,
Go
we'll
on.
fact check that maybe later, but yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was some sort of
Greek thing.
Greek. Yeah, like
Oh right, maybe I'm wrong.
Valentines, something like that. Something,
Here we
you know.
go. Oh, the ancient Romans may also
Oh, the
be
Romans.
responsible.
Yeah, it's always the Greeks, the Romans, isn't
yeah.
it?
Emperor
romantic, weren't
Claudius executed 2 men both named Valentine on February the 14th of different years. And then their martyrdom was honoured by the Catholic Church with the celebration of St. Valentine's Day.
But what is the... sorry, I don't know the correlation between that and couples.
I guess because
A
there were two
couple, there's
people
two
called
people.
Valentine who both got killed.
I suppose so. Were they together?
No, they were just
It
men
was
called
on separate
Valentine.
years. On separate years.
Right.
On the same day. Interesting.
Well, my guess of Richard Valentine was quite off the mark, but
Who is Richard
I
Valentine?
don't know. I just have that name in my head for some reason. I don't know
Some
who that
random fella.
Hey, look who Richard Valentine is. Maybe you know him.
Okay.
is it a figure of importance? Let's find out. Really digging deep into
The
the
first result, I guarantee, will be LinkedIn.
Richard Valentine.
We all have.
It
I have
sounds like
picture
a proper
of him.
LinkedIn sort of name.
He's
Oh.
a television director.
No, it's
Known
not.
for Harry Styles at the BBC, The Sound of Music Live, and U2 at the BBC.
Where have you got this name from then?
No idea.
Good old
It's a
Richard.
luxury fashion brand, but if you call yourself a luxury fashion brand, you definitely
You
are
know
a luxury
100%
fashion brand.
fashion
And then LinkedIn.
There we go.
Ah,
Knew there'll
cool.
be a LinkedIn profile.
Yeah, well, I don't know why I had that name in my head, but
I mean,
hey.
yeah, like Tom said, it is a very different Valentine's Day. Like compare
yeah.
this year to last year. Like last year was like the last chance we had of freedom and like, going out and doing stuff.
Yeah. And another thing, actually, difficult Valentine's Day for the people that perhaps may have lost a partner during
100%,
COVID.
yeah.
You know, there'll probably be, about 100,000 of those people out there. No matter what age they are, I suppose it's still relevant.
I mean, this marks pretty much nearly a year of not being able to really go outside and do anything.
It was like 23rd of March ish.
Aside from those few, like,
Yeah, that
couple
11
months
months.
in summer, or whatever. But even then, that wasn't everything normal.
Mm.
COVID.
COVID, man. Hopefully it comes to an end soon. I mean, for me and Tom, this is like last couple months at uni, and
Well, hopefully.
well, yeah, who knows?
Who knows what the future holds?
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll have some chance to go out and enjoy, the city of Liverpool again.
One
Yeah.
day, maybe.
We'll find out in a fortnight whether that's on the cards, I suppose. When we
will
hear
indeed in
the roadmap out of lockdown.
Let's
9
hope
days.
Boris blesses us, eh?
So. You know, depending what bless it means, what does that mean?
I mean,
That's
it
pretty,
depends on your definition, I suppose. Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty wide-reaching question, though.
Should it be going out, enjoying yourself as soon as possible?
What would you be happy with?
Football to be back,
Yeah.
100%,
Oh.
like grassroots football. To be honest, like going out clubbing, I wouldn't be too bothered about
No.
that being shut for a while. Like I'm not
Don't
too bothered
mind
about
that.
that. And then I'd like to go out to eat, to like restaurants. And
Yeah.
stuff.
I feel like that would be one of the first things to come back, wouldn't
I'd
it?
love a
I
haircut.
do think,
That's-
oh god.
That's got to be up there.
Barbers need to
I do
be-
think the priority has to be to make sure we're not in this situation again.
I mean, I'm sure the priority for the government will be schools.
Well, that has to be, yeah.
And
And
to get it- let
and
children
get
out
people
and
outside and exercising.
Yeah,
That should
exactly.
be, for people with mental health, that's...
Yeah, for me,
Massive.
football, haircuts, restaurants. That's about it, I guess.
Live a simple life, don't you?
Yeah,
Issa?
exactly. I think I do. What about you guys? What are you looking forward to? What are you hoping for the roadmap ahead?
I think it's just...
Anything different?
I don't know. There's a combination of things that sort of be able to go out and see your friends, see your family, your loved ones, but it's also balancing that with sort of the worry about your grandparents, people that might be vulnerable around you, because at the same time you want to go and do these things, but at the same time you've got to think about people like that in those positions. But with a vaccine and with a lot, you got to think the end has to be near.
The vaccine's on the way.
You got to.
Word
You
to
gotta-
the
you gotta
sign
keep that
language
hope.
guy.
Yeah. I feel like COVID's always going to keep coming up in these podcasts. There's always it's a recurrent
It's hard
theme.
not to.
Yeah.
It's just there all the time.
It's
every
just
day, you know what I mean?
omnipresent.
It probably will be the rest of our lives.
So-
Yeah.
Really? Do you think the whole of our lives? Just about.
Yeah.
Damn.
Just kicking it.
If I was making a prediction out
Fooling.
of no scientific background,
Just a prediction.
Just an educated guess.
Stick a
No,
tenner on
it's-
that.
I don't,
The bookies
Go
probably
back
have
to
to
your
start
own
off
for the
on
rest
that
of
as
our
well.
life.
probably would. Then you'd be able to pay it out. Hang on, I wouldn't even be able to pay it out. I mean,
You could say to your grandson or something. "Here you
Here's
go,
my
mate."
betting account. Here's the login. Here's when you're going to cash in. Here's
The
your
second
cash
I
out.
die, you press cash out, alright?
I do think I do stick by that though. But it will be, it's seasonal flu. In essence, it's not a flu. It's a coronavirus, not an influenza, but in the form of some sort of seasonal bug. I do think so. Yeah.
I just want to mention one thing there. Just, I mean, it checks on some of the topic there. Like you said about betting. I know you were talking about. You wanted to have a little chat about addiction.
Yeah. I think it's a topic that's getting a little bit more traction on social media. I think particularly in lockdown. I think
because a lot of people have so much time on their hands.
Certainly,
they're just, drawn into these betting apps like the good odds and.
Exactly. Yeah. It's so easy
it's dangerous.
to.
It's very dangerous.
The nice bright colours that all bet boost.
Oh, 12 to 1 odds.
Yeah, boost 12 to 1. You think, oh god, it's got coming in, but most of that won't. But I think I've always, for the whole time I bet, I've always had deposit stakes on. No more than a tenner. I do a tenner on a weekend. That's it. But there's a lot of people, and I can sympathise hugely because it's so easy just to, if you've lost one, you say, oh, but I was so close. Do you know what? The next one I will. The next race will come in. And I think because people don't have a lot going on at the moment, it's so easy just to get sucked in. You put some sort of pointless sport on the telly, and you're there on your phone, you're checking it. Come on, refreshing and coming in, and it's got to be spoken out a lot more. I think.
Especially the fact with like the football team and stuff, they're advertising and their sponsors are just constantly betting.
Yeah, and every single ad break, or you see
Bet365,
Ray's coming out on the screen with his odds, and it's all well and good, but at the end of the day, I know people that have lost thousands in the last few weeks, months from betting. I've heard they lost a lot of money.
It's scary for like families and people.
Thing is, they never will because it's how the bookies make half the money. But they should just make like deposit limits mandatory. I think.
I think so. Yeah, I certainly think if I was.
Prime Minister, like a monthly thing.
Yeah, like you can only put in however much, like £500 a month or less.
Yeah, you have to when you open an account, you have to stake a deposit limit. You have to,
because otherwise, like Tom just said, you end up losing just thousands. Do you know?
It's so easy to.
Yeah.
I mean, touch wood, I'm never in that position, but I can sympathise because you see all these odds being cut. You see, and as well, I think a lot of people on social media. I know for me, for a fact, if I see someone who's put like, "Oh, this hack is definitely going to come in," I see that and I think, I like putting an acca on. It's so easy to because you want to win. You want that feeling of winning.
A lot of money.
It is.
You start on a big 4K today.
No, only 2.5 has gone so far. I can still get that too.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, well, I just checked the game and nothing's going my way yet, so gotta wait and see.
Still 0-0.
They got a pen. City got a pen, but Gundogan didn't take it. It was Rodrigo instead. But I need Gundogan to score. Sorry,
did it 1-0 City?
No, yeah, 1-0 City. Yeah.
We got there a really roundabout way.
Yeah.
You just rumbled while you scored.
Yeah. They have scored though. Okay. Is the point.
Any City fans? Well done.
And they got a yellow bit. It wasn't John Stones, Bernardo Silva.
Who they playing?
Spurs.
Yes.
Huge game, mate. Downstairs.
Yeah, it is. But I think as well, there's a lot of problems with addiction during lockdown. I know there was an article about alcoholism increasing, and you can definitely see what that is.
Probably quite easy, isn't it, though?
When
just
people
to
have
fall
nothing
into
to do
stuff
and
like
just,
that.
on furlough and just drink away the day.
And I think it's especially when pubs are very, you do get alcoholics in pubs, obviously, but it's very good. It's more a social place. It's much more regulated.
It's more expensive as well.
It is more expensive. It probably plays into it, but it's very easy to go to a supermarket, buy a bottle of vodka, or whatever, and think, that'll do me for a couple of weeks, and then
Rosie.
It's gone.
It's only Henry is buying them, no one else.
But you wouldn't sit in a pub and order a bottle of vodka and drink that.
Yeah. Definitely wouldn't get a bottle of Old Rosie at a pub.
Well,
depends which pub.
Just give you a massive. Here you go.
Yeah, I can't imagine this serving that at the Brookhouse.
Oh, you never know. Maybe they will be. They're about to cut costs, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably quite desperate,
Gamble responsibly. That's the
drink responsibly and gamble responsibly.
And just take care of yourselves.
Yeah,
take those calculated risks.
Oh, it's come back. Here it is.
It has to.
Everything in life is.
I don't know if there's anything you two have big pressing topics for this week.
What's happened in the last week?
Really, not very much.
We've not done a lot.
It's been cold.
It's been very cold. I mean, I don't know if it's
Chilly.
still snowing now, but it was snowing like about half an hour ago.
Horrible weather this week.
We went on some nice walks though.
We did,
Got
despite
outside.
the chills.
And it's good to go out, definitely.
It is.
If you're someone that's cooped up at home, you go out for an hour a day. Just get that.
Get cabin fever otherwise.
You do. It's horrible. In fact, I've been for a brief one to the shop today, but
it was bloody cold.
It's so cold.
Today.
It was so windy. We went out and I nearly lost my hat. I couldn't. It was so windy. I could barely move. I was leaning forward and I was standing up. Unbelievable. That's what you get in the coastal areas.
Liverpool.
That's the city for you.
Yeah.
Pressing topics though. I don't know.
Yeah, cool.
Nearly finished my dissertation.
You got there.
Got there in the end.
Got it, yeah.
By this time next week, you'll probably have finished it, to be fair.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty much there. Like 9 days been submitted.
9 days.
9 days.
Nice.
Didn't you say you were going to submit it early, though?
Yeah, I'm gonna submit a couple of days.
Yeah, so you will pretty much be there, probably, by this time next week when we're filming. That's exciting,
Big
Isa.
celebration.
We should drink on the podcast to celebrate.
Responsibly.
Responsibly, yeah, of course. No more than sort of 5. That'd be a great episode if we just got drunk, one episode. I think people would like that, probably. We'd chat more shit than normal.
Do you feel like you change very much after a few drinks?
I don't know. But I think we might waffle more, I don't know.
I feel like you waffle quite a lot as it is.
I mean, we waffle a lot.
Obviously I do, but more so.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. I suppose everyone else around you knows more than you do. But I don't feel like I do.
I'll tell you what we should tell everyone about. Superstore.
I'm not going to talk about this. I'm not talking
All
about
I'm saying
it
is
right
just go on Netflix and watch Superstore, that's all.
Please don't.
It's one of those programs where it's such a waste of time you're watching it. You will literally learn nothing from it.
But it's one of those things where you can't stop watching. You'll sit down, yeah, and before you know it, it'll be like 3 hours later.
It's one of the most unintelligent comedies ever. There's no thought into the jokes at all. It's just nonsense.
It is good.
But it's easy to watch. It's easy to watch.
Not fun.
It's just like your typical American show, and I don't,
You're not usually a fan of the American
I don't. I'm not a fan of this really. It's
You
just easy to watch.
You are.
It's good to have on the
You're being
background.
brainwashed.
It does brainwash you. It sucks you in like a lot of things.
Store.
But the UK office much better than the US office.
I
As
bet
will come on.
I agree
Come
to
on to
disagree.
Let's agree to disagree. I think that's the safer
Word to
bet.
Will Smith.
For me,
Will Smith.
He said that in Men in Black 3. Let's agree to disagree.
Okay.
nice. I like Men in Black 3 actually.
I've not seen a Men in Black film in a long time.
It's not American
I like Will
TV
Smith,
show, though.
No,
I saw
it's not.
Pursuit of Happiness quite recently. That was good.
Did you enjoy it?
I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. Good.
You seen it?
No, man.
What's that? Go on, tell us about it, Ace.
So I mean,
Do a review.
So basically, Will Smith is this. He's down on his luck. This is the introduction of Jaden Smith as well into the film industry. It's his first film he's been in. He was playing his son. He was basically. He invested most of his life savings into this sort of technology that he thought hospitals would all use, like some sort of heart monitor thing, and he bought let's say 200 of them, and basically they're really expensive, and he had to sell loads of them to make his money back. And it's been a few years, and he hasn't sold many. He's got some left that he needs to sell, and then it's in New York, and he's walking through New York, and he's walking past these stairs going up to a nice formal building, and he sees this guy with a really nice car outside who's a stockbroker. Has a nice little chat with him, and he gets inspired, and then he goes through to the place, the formal place, the stock brokerage, whatever, and apparently they're doing an internship. So he applies to do the internship, but at the same time he's trying to do this internship, he's juggling his partner moving to a different state. So he's got Jaden to look after on his own. He doesn't have a job. He's not selling these things, so he's low on money. He's living in hotels and homeless shelters for a few nights and stuff. And he's studying the textbook to do well in this internship. Long story short, he gets the internship after some hard fighting, and he's doing well.
I'm glad to hear it. It sounds a little bit like you with Dogecoin and Bitcoin and stuff. Training up to go to the moon.
I got rid of my Doge, but I'm
got rid of the Doge, but he's not in there for the. You got
the diamond hands. I clearly haven't.
I'm holding.
But yeah,
Doge forever.
Doge to the moon.
There's no point selling for a $5 profit, is there really?
Just keep it until you make hundreds of profit.
Exactly.
I mean, there is a very chance it could plummet.
Oh, there is, but at the end of the day, I'll lose 30 quid.
It's the journey that you're on. That's what matters.
I will. It's again a risk.
Calculated risks. I was doing a bit of research on some trading before. I didn't really find any good trades, but
one day you will, though. That's
maybe I will. Yeah.
It's persistent.
We're gonna make some money.
Mm.
Maybe end up on Wall Street someday.
People should invest in the podcast and just send us money.
So you just want people to send us money?
I'm not saying I want. I'm not saying I say no, but
you're suggesting it.
People could invest in it, and it would just get better and better. Do you know what I mean?
Make us happy.
It would make us happy, but we could get.
I think it would get worse if sent the money. Could we just get carried away and just spend it on stupid stuff?
No, we'd get booth somewhere and do a proper...
Hire a studio space.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, get a studio space.
It's quite difficult at the moment.
Yeah, at the
Obviously
exact,
now,
this exact
but
second it's hard, but in a few
we
months...
could make our own studio
It's
space.
not like this moment.
Well, yeah,
that
we
can
have.
start spending us money.
Yeah, I mean, I'm grateful. We have a nice space.
We're lucky, but we could improve, obviously.
So if you lot want to send us some money, then
Drop it in the comments below.
send us in Bitcoin. I'll pay.
Have you seen all these stories though about people that had sold their Bitcoin? I mean, hindsight is wonderful, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean,
People,
like, I don't know if I told you about the story. Like, I don't know, 11 years ago, some guy bought a pizza for like 11 Bitcoin.
Yeah, I saw something.
But I mean, the whole point of like cryptocurrencies and stuff, if you don't spend them, then they have no use. And it's like, the reason the price has gone up is because people are using them for actual, uses.
Yeah.
So I mean, shout out to that guy who bought the pizza for 11 Bitcoin or however many it was.
I hope he's
there was a competition I saw from I can't remember how many years ago, quite a few years ago, and like, the top prize was like $500, second 100, third 50, and then fourth got 100 Bitcoin.
Oh my word! Can you imagine having that now?
Yeah.
Imagine coming forward, then you think, oh, I've not done too well there, and then
Then you're a millionaire.
Yeah.
I mean, if you won that 100 Bitcoin, you probably just think, well, it's a load of crap. I'm not.
I don't think you'd hold it till now though. You probably would have held it until it raised a bit at the time.
You probably thought, you know what? I remember I have 100
yeah,
Bitcoin.
exactly. And then now it's worth
like
whatever 40 grand, and you're like, oh shit, I sold that when it was worth.
If anyone saying, oh, I could have held it to now, you wouldn't have done.
No,
Let's
no
be
way.
simple. No, you wouldn't have done.
No chance. Well, because especially considering it's crashed and gone up so many
It's
times.
so volatile, incredibly.
Look
I
at
mean, the
us.
whole crypto thing was just...
We're like investors, forex traders.
Such a sophisticated podcast we have.
We should start a pyramid scheme.
No.
Nah,
Sign
you're
up
on your own on that one.
No, yeah, you can be on your own now.
I hate people. That really winds me up.
Pyramid schemes.
Yeah,
The
really
forex
winds me
traders.
up.
I think
Yeah.
it's so funny when people manage to get caught up in them though.
Yeah,
I know people, I'm sure you both do as
Yeah.
well, from our schools that...
yeah,
like,
they
got
love
caught
it.
up in
They,
Yeah.
oh god, it winds me up so much.
Yeah.
It should wind me up that like. It really
It's
does.
when
I'm
people
like-
don't realise it's a pyramid scheme. They think, this is a great new thing, like a new business, I'm going to make so
Yeah.
much money.
Yeah, and,
It's
they,
so safe,
and they're just
and
there
then
putting these
boom.
nonsense stories up all day, especially the ones like the beauty therapy ones and all those. Oh god, it's like, what are you doing?
You should single-handedly put an end to pyramid schemes.
I would love to. If there was one,
How would you go about
how would I go about that? Well, I'm going to need to finish my business with landlords first, and then I'll,
One thing at a
then I'll
time.
tackle the
Yeah,
pyramid schemes.
Smart.
For legal reasons, you should probably keep that under wraps for now.
Oh yeah, 100%. Zipperoonie. But pyramid schemes will talk. I don't know, I think it's just... A lot of it's about education, like a lot of things in the world. People don't really know what they get themselves tangled up in. And you have these people at the top that know exactly what they're doing, but a lot of the people
Manipulating.
underneath it just thinking they're the next, I don't know, Bill Gates or something, because they're invested in some sort of tropical treatments or whatever they are. But you haven't. Let me put it to you now if you're listening. You haven't.
Come in, stare at the camera and tell
come
them.
a bit closer.
Come in.
You haven't. So, sorry, again, if you are part of one of these pyramid schemes, or you're listening to this thinking, you know what, I could be, is what I'm doing a pyramid scheme. The chances are, yes, it probably is.
If you think it's a pyramid scheme,
probably
you're
is.
quite, yeah.
Um,
You're involved in it. It is too late.
And then final, just quit. Have quit, go and, I don't know, do something else with your time.
outside.
Yeah.
It'll be trending on Twitter, 13th February 2021.
Pyramid schemes suddenly
Ended.
disappear.
Yeah.
That's the
20-year-old
mysterious
man-
podcast.
20-year-old students in Liverpool ends pyramid schemes.
Yeah. Make a circular scheme, okay? Everyone gets their fair share.
Yes, exactly.
We love it.
Yeah.
Communism.
Well,
Cool.
it's difficult to make your own scheme in communism.
Yes, true. Word to China. They've done it.
Well, they're not really communist, are they, China?
I don't know what they are. They're not nice people, though.
No, but, that's a whole nother
Yeah,
kettle of fish.
that's different box of frog size.
Yeah. Again, it's been a bit of a journey, hasn't it? this
we
week?
always seem to go on like a long-winded route through this, but
Catfishes to China.
it's to China. Just word association. Work your way back.
Mm. Yeah,
It's been a lovely episode once again.
yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, do you know what catfish and pyramid schemes link?
Do they?
How so?
Because you're often catfished by the people that get you involved in the pyramid scheme.
They're
The whole idea of a pyramid scheme is to get more and more people involved, and they promise you something that's just not there. It's not
See,
genuine.
what we've done here is just we come full circle.
And that's that's how you end
That's
it.
how
we end
we-
it
yeah.
now. Perfect. Full circle.
Well done, Tom.
Well, in that case, then, thank you very much for listening.
Yeah. Hope you
It's
have a
been
wonderful
a beautiful
Hope
week.
you have a nice Valentine's Day.
Or if you're single, I hope you
Also have a nice
take care of
Valentine's
yourself and enjoy.
Day. Yeah.
Tell
Enjoy
the
your
people
day.
you love that you
Have a
love
lovely
them.
Sunday.
Phone someone. Have a walk. You
Don't
know?
go changing. Don't forget
Don't
to
forget
hashtag it.
it. Always. So yeah,
Love
on that
to your
note,
mothers.
we'll end it there. Hope you enjoy, guys.
Speak to you next time.
Adios.